When it comes to Disney movies, everywhere you turn you'll find people angry that Disney continues to produce live-action remakes. No one seems to like these remakes, leaving everyone to ask the question, why does Disney continue to make them? Well, there are two answers really. The first, which is what Disney would probably tell you, is that these remakes introduce these classic stories to a new generation of children, so the stories their parents love can be passed down to them with a fresh new take, helping generations connect and continuing the cycle of endless Disney fans. The second answer, of course, is money. We may claim that no one likes these movies, but the numbers tell a different story. Or at least they did. I made this chart showing the profits made by Disney's live-action movies so far. It shows the budget, the worldwide gross, and the 2.5 multiplier. The 2.5 rule basically accounts for the box office income having to be split between the studio and the theaters, and also accounts for the marketing budget, which is not included in the reported movie budget. So if you take a movie's budget and multiply it by 2.5, that's the figure a movie actually needs to hit in order to truly turn a profit. Using that figure, we can see what the real profits of these live-action remakes actually are. So when Disney took a look at these figures through 2019, making more remakes was the most obvious choice in the world. Even when including Lady and the Tramp, which went straight to Disney Plus, so it was a pure loss from a box office standpoint, the live-action remakes through 2019 add up to $3.926 billion in true profit for Disney. At that point, people were already complaining about the live-action remake trend, yet the movies proved to be a money-making machine, with only 2 movies that actually went to theaters having a small overall loss. But then the pandemic hit, and the market for in-theater movies was altered in a way that truly may never bounce back to pre-pandemic numbers. At the same time, Disney's executive team began what can only really be called an internal civil war, which is still going on to this day. Since this corner was turned, Disney has not yet made a true profit on a live-action remake. Now the first 3 have built-in excuses. Mulan was still in the heart of the pandemic and didn't have a theatrical release, but reviews were mixed at best, so it seems it would have flopped anyway even if it had a full theatrical run. Cruella was just as we were emerging from the pandemic, and Pinocchio was a half-hearted mess that it seems Disney knew never had a chance, so it went straight to Disney+. But the real red flag here was The Little Mermaid. This is a flagship franchise for Disney and was expected to put them back on top. It actually ended up with a respectable worldwide gross figure, but the main problem was that insanely high budget it was carrying around. That is a problem Disney simply has to fix, or they will continue to be flushing money down the drain with each of these movies. Here's the slate Disney has currently set for upcoming live-action remakes. The first Lion King remake was their highest-grossing film of the bunch, so they have to be hoping for great things from Mufasa, but at this point it's certainly no guarantee. Snow White is already drenched in controversy, so it's going to be hard to convince people to come out in droves and turn a profit. Moana is still a wild card, but you can bet Disney expects it to be a hit. With The Little Mermaid not landing like they hoped, I don't see any movie on this list that's a guaranteed success at this point. For the last 15 years, Disney's go-to formula for money has been endless Marvel movies and live-action remakes, but it looks like that chapter is coming to a close. The only thing left to determine is if Disney will actually learn the lesson that the paying public is trying to teach them right now, or if they will continue to mass-produce these movies until the animated movie catalog is as exhausted as the fan base.